everyone, welcome to Red Tree Clan. Thanks to a certain hurricane, I can't get to campus to take my classes. This means I can crank out a small map in a little under a day. That's good news, isn't it? As you may or may not remember, Red Tree Clan's greatest asset is iron. I had this wonderful plan for building these tall walls and these great embattlements to put the cannons on. I had plans for this wonderful pyramid to put my scholar on, but apparently the upper level is only one layer high despite displaying 3, so I couldn't even use a ladder. That's okay though. I seem to have made out okay with what I got, and I even compensated for that on the lower level. Speaking of getting, the new free DLC items are pretty cool. I am really in love with these lamps, which you can find in the torch section. And I didn't find these until I was nearly done with the fortress. Sadly, I've used walls for most of my fortress. And as you may or may not know, walls don't take wall hangings or items that stick on walls. Only blocks do this. Anyway, let's do a little more exploring, shall we? I have an orchard, and I have a farmer's hut, built for 3, and I have a tree farm, and a tree farmer's hut. I've decided that the tree farmer is also a leather worker who works with chickens. Don't ask how that works. Unlike Green Tree Clan, Red Tree Clan has the warriors as the highest caste on the totem pole. They get the best beds, the best food. Here's a strange little item I found. I don't know what it is. It looks like rice with a raw egg on top. I'm not sure what it is, but guess what I'm using it for now? That's right, it's a privy. I apologize to whatever artist that made this, but I have no idea what it is, so it's a privy now. That being said, I'd like to see empty buckets so I could make a proper bucket toilet, please. You may notice that the storage house has no door. That's because if someone wants to haul off large chests filled with iron, they are free to try. Another thing that's kind of nice is on the forums there's a way to trick your camera so you can get different angles, you can make it a different speed, you can make it rotate slowly. The only downside to this I found is that if you want to turn it off, you jump back to a starting position, seemingly at random. So I don't think I'll be using that for this video, but it's a neat little tool for those that can actually edit and don't do this thing in one go like I do. See, I told you I'd compensate for that. Pretty snazzy, isn't it? The bottom was going to be this impressive storeroom, but when I was into the planning phase, I was looking at it and it looked exactly like the same one from Green Tree Clan, so I scrapped the idea. I decided my settlement was done enough for now, so see you next time with what's left. Green Tree Clan. Yes, that's it. Building on a small map was a bit of a challenge, but in the end I decided making a small city would be kind of fun. I think the first stop for any traveler should be the bar. Building on a small map was a bit of a challenge, but in the end I decided just making a small city would be kind of fun. I think the first step for any traveler should be the bar. Pretend that's a bar. It kind of looks like a bar, doesn't it? I was gonna put roofs on everything, but I discovered that when you put roofs on everything, sometimes you can't see some of the items inside. So just pretend there are nice roofs on everything. Okay. I have several different shops. I have a butcher. I have a baker with ovens and a bread netting table of some sort. I have a bookstore. I even have a church. Those statues are backwards because they look better backwards. These statues are really cool, but they're also really big and don't like sharing space with things like walls or these windows. Speaking of these windows, they're animated. There's this little bug that shows up in these windows. I don't know what it is, but it's really cute. A bit of a problem happened during this playthrough that I can't decide whether it's an actual problem or not, is I had no deaths. Here, we got all these nice new items for a graveyard, and I have nothing to fill it with. This time around I figured I'd give the miners some homes. I made them all of varying value and size and different furniture in them. I hope this makes up somewhat for the oversight that I made during my last game. Like I mentioned earlier, the warriors are of the higher caste. In this settlement, the prince helps with research and makes sure the settlement advances and thrives properly, like a good little paper pusher. Two more things that I forgot to mention. I guess they're minor things, but I couldn't decide whether to use these chairs or the black benches, but I ended up only finding 4 black benches, so in the end I would have had to use chairs for the last row anyway, and I think the colors go better with the theme of the church anyway. I did have plans for to make this a large storage area, but as I was in the planning stage, it just started to look like the same one from the other clan. So I stopped and decided that that would be enough for my settlement. The other weird thing that I found is that I can move this candle anywhere, but this little triangle one can't be placed anywhere. It can't be placed on walls, it can't be placed on floors, which is kind of a shame because I think it would look really neat right here or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's all. See you next time with Green Tree Clan.